Canada's new gun control program is shot full of holes. Hi, I'm Brian Lilley, political columnist for the Toronto Sun. You may have heard by now that the Carney government has moved forward with the so-called gun buyback program. I call it so-called because, well, the government never really owned the guns. They can't buy them back. They didn't own them. They're just telling you that, well, we're going to ban the legal product that you purchased, and if you don't hand them over to us for compensation that's below what you paid for them, well, then we're just going to make you a criminal. So this was announced in May of 2020, just days after the Nova Scotia mass casualty. Gabriel Wortman going through the entire province, killing people in a horrible way. It was a tragic issue, but it had nothing to do with legal, law-abiding firearms owners, because Wortman was someone who smuggled in his guns from the United States. He was a sick and twisted individual, and yet law-abiding firearms owners are the ones paying the price for this. It's wrong, it's bad policy, but the Liberals are going ahead with it, even though we've seen heard the audio of Gary Andesangre, the public safety minister, describing how he doesn't actually believe in this policy. He doesn't think that it should be going ahead, but it was a Liberal promise in the election, and Quebec voters who voted for the Liberals en masse really like this idea. It's not why they voted for them in the last election, but that is another story. So they're going ahead with this. Let me explain why this is full of holes. The government doesn't know who owns what guns. Unless it was a restricted firearm before, they have no clue that you own a gun that has now been banned. If it was a non-prohibited firearm, and now it's banned, and there are many of those, well then, they don't know. So what are they going to do? As it says right in the news release, they're going to contact you and see and ask you what firearms you own, and will you tell us what firearms you own that are now prohibited, that are illegal, so that you can tell us what you've got, and then we can get them back off of you. That's hole number one. Hole number two, they don't have the buy-in from police across the country. In Alberta, in Saskatchewan, the governments have actually told local police, you will not participate in this. And that includes contract policing by the RCMP, because in Alberta and Saskatchewan, just like in parts of the Maritimes, well, the RCMP are the local police. Yes, it's a national police force, but guess what? They're under contract to the provincial government. So that's who they report to. They've been told, you're not going to bother with this. Ontario's provincial police, they said, we don't have the resources for this. We're not involved. And so what happens then? You're supposed to turn over your gun to the local police. Well, if they're not participating, what's going to happen? Well, they've got a mobile unit that's going to show up. Will they come to your house? No. You've got to meet them somewhere different, like the parking lot of a police station, and hand it over. There are so many problems with this program that the Carney government is putting forward. It's like they've spent the last 5 years promising that this is going to happen. Now they realize they can't really deliver, and they're putting forward a last-ditch effort to say, look, we're doing something. We're doing anything. This is not going to improve public safety in Canada. This is only going to make the lives of law-abiding firearms owners more difficult. What it won't do, fix the problem of gun crime on our streets. This is a real problem that needs to be addressed. And the Carney government is looking to spend between $750 million and $1 billion, maybe even more, on this program. Imagine what that could do at the border. Think about that for a moment. If we put that into CBSA, if we put that into enforcement to stop the smuggled guns coming in from the United States, which cause the majority, the overwhelming majority of crime in this country, we could actually accomplish something. But that isn't as politically popular as going after guys who have been vetted by the RCMP, taken the safety course, and aren't committing the crime. Going after criminals is hard work. Going after law-abiding gun owners is politically popular. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment down below. Share this on social media, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.